Imagine if I did the whole intro for like 30 seconds.
It all got clipped. Like
It all got clipped? Okay, I was yelling like an idiot.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. We need to get a better audio setup. I want to get a better one because, like, every time I've listened to the podcast, I'm just like, oh god, sounds like 4 homeless people under a bridge.
My mic sounds good. My mic always sounds good.
But like Discord clips shit constantly. I don't know. Maybe I gotta get better headphones as well. I think I got my audio setup is dog shit. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about Diablo because apparently that game's good now. What the hell, eh? Everyone's surprised.
I got bullied into playing it, so I'm back, by the way. I was gone away. I had to get my tonsils removed, so I'm back.
Yeah. Yay. We haven't even talked about
that. Yeah, it was not fun, but it got it out.
Well, that's good.
Ended on that.
It would suck if you went in like, we couldn't get those out. Sorry, you're going to have to come back.
Can you fucking imagine?
Or it's like they fucked it up even more. It's like, we ripped out your larynx, by the way.
You
wake up. Is that right?
You wake up, your balls are gone. They're just like, yeah, we got real confused.
No, shit. No, not that hole.
And then we took your tonsils out too, but then we got confused. We put your balls back where your tonsils were. Your tonsils balls were.
You're just sitting there with your mouth full of your balls.
Literally balls in your mouth.
So let us know if there's any problems with that, but we're pretty booked up for the next couple months.
Months. I'd go get a gun and be like, now. Now.
No, but what would it even sound like with balls in your mouth? Just anyways.
You want to find out?
Okay. Welcome to episode 6, everybody. Glad Kolton's back and alive.
Yay!
Jesus. Hey, but yeah, Diablo 4 is super fun. I wasn't expecting. I don't think I've really played that much of 3 to really remember what it was like. And I played Path of Exile when I was like 2014, so I do not remember it at all.
Those games are so different now, and they're both way better now. Like I played 3. I know I put 300 hours into 3 in the first week, because not in the first week, in the first month.
Jesus.
And back in the day, and that's when the game was really bad, and there wasn't anything other than to do than running the campaign over and over again. So to get up the difficulty levels, you had to run the campaign just again. Like once you finished it once, it was like, okay, run the campaign again. You know what I mean? There was nothing else to do in the game. It was awful. So I did that 4 times on each character, which was like, so I did it over like 20, 30 times. I hated that. And then I quit until the reversals expansion was like 2 years later. By the time I came back to it, which was like 2 years later, it was really good. But I was just like still kind of sick of it. But this game but 4 is so much better. You can get the campaign done in like 11 hours, and then you never have to do it again. Like
that's what I was worried about. Because it was like, at least I just finished Act 1. It felt kind of slow, or just. And get to the point where there's mobs where I can just go spam and start having fun.
What I'll say is, like the campaign, there's a little bit less fighting and it's a bit more running around. All the fighting is kind of easy. I found like once I finished the campaign and I started just running dungeons and running like in-game stuff, then I found I was just running around killing shit all the time. But the other thing the campaign does is it gives you all the waypoints and runs you through like the entire. So it's it's not bad. Like, I think people have gotten through it in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So, and the story's okay. So, you know.
I'm excited to play. Yeah, but definitely want to play it.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty good. I mean, it's definitely going to be one of those games that can be around for a while, and with the way seasons work, it doesn't really, like, if you don't want to play it now or you're too busy, just play it in 4 months.
Being like super noob for it, I would recommend definitely looking up a build guide, because when you're first like 20 levels, it's just like I feel like I'm not doing any damage, but then and then also I didn't realize that when you can refund all your attributes and skills, that it only just costs money to do so. So you can totally just experiment as much as possible.
Like, but personally, I wasn't even paying attention to my gold, and there's been a couple times where I've refunded my entire skill tree like 4 times in a row just trying to figure it out. And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would recommend looking up some just build guides if you haven't played these kind of games before.
I think a lot of that is because the game has really big balance issues right now.
Yeah.
Like essentially, like out of your let's talk about core and basic skills. So essentially, You have 4
Let's
basic
do it.
skills, and that's kind of your auto attack. 3 of them are probably not. 2 of them are unusable. Then the other 2, one is maybe okay, but needs a specific item, and then the other one's good. So everyone uses the good one because it'll do like 3 times the amount of damage. Um, and then for core skills, it's like, okay, this is bad, this is bad. Oh, there's 2 usable ones. It's kind of like that over and over again. Well, there'll usually be 4. I think some have 5 like skills of like each tier, and it's yeah. I think there's balance issues, but I think Blizzard are pretty happy to pull the trigger on let's rebalance stuff, even if it is nerfed, whatever. So I think that'll get better, like especially as season 1 rolls around. Um, so
Yeah.
So do you still say it's objectively worse, Calvin?
in 3,
Yeah.
that's such a hard question. I would say it's definitely way better than 3's launch, but I think compared to 3, it doesn't have enough stuff in it. Like 3 is definitely the better game right now.
Gotcha. But how many years did it take to get to what you would say is the better game in 3?
3 or 4.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, yeah. Actually, if you want a good ARPG to play, go play Path of Exile. That's a good game, you know. But I think it's fun and it's cool to be doing new stuff with everybody. It definitely feels really casual. Like I've gotten to like quote unquote in game, which is just like finishing the campaign, and I've gotten to play with like fuckloads of legendaries and like actually play with cool builds and just going around just one shotting elite packs at my level. I've never gotten to do that in a Diablo game before without like I've seen people do it, but it's like I spent 500 hours on this sorcerer, and now I can do this. And it's like, oh. But I spent like fucking 4. I spent 2 hours on Saturday just being like, okay, I'm going to commit to this build. I did some farming, and I found a bunch of items that were just good enough, and then I was able to make them quite good because you can like each item has between 3 and 5 stats.
Okay.
Essentially, I was finding items that had like 3 stats that were good, then there'd be 1 bad stat. You can just re-roll one of the stats. So you would find an item that was like really good, but like one thing is bad about it, which is totally normal. Like you find tons of those. So you just re-roll that one, and then you put your own legendary effects on it. And then it's an amazing item, you know? Where in like I've never gotten an item that good. Like all the items I have on my character that I got in like 2 hours, I've never had an item as good as any of that stuff.
Gotcha.
So it's good. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. So you would
Really cool.
recommend it's a Calvin recommended play.
Yes, and it's the right level of casual. You know, like I think it's way more casual than previous games, and that makes it a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Any other thoughts on Diablo, Kolton?
No, I've been really enjoying it. I would say the quests and story is very Blizzard-like, where it's just really over the top, dramatic characters. Just you wronged me, I will avenge you. And it's kind of goofy, but it's fine. It's whatever. The gameplay works in favor for it, so
Nice.
I would recommend it to check it out. Being someone that's like barely played them. And my only other one that I really enjoyed was this game called Dungeon Siege 2, which is like 2005. It was an old game. But yeah, I would recommend it.
Nice. Well, I'm sure I'll have.
No one in mind. I'd probably have to play some more. And Kari, your mic's just a little echoey at the moment. Sorry, buddy.
Oh my god, Kari, you're
You're a robot, Kari.
You
You're
sound
fucked.
Mr. Roboto. Auto.
Sounds like you're Mr. Roboto and you're drowning.
that too.
Anyways,
Yeah, it's still there.
we can't understand
Okay.
this.
Bye, buddy.
Hi, Kari. Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah, come play Diablo.
Yeah, I will.
It's very casual. It's just like you go smash things and that's it. It's fun.
Nice. Yep. Yep. I'll pick it up. Yeah. Well, we wait for Kari to come back. Well, I was going to talk about all the kind of the games showcases that just happened over the weekend.
Oh yeah, that just happened.
A lot of cool stuff. Starfield, yeah.
Yeah, that I am very excited for. In regards to the last trailer that we saw for it, I was not impressed by it. but
I
this
was
one
like, okay, the
is
last
improved
trailer.
much more. Yeah.
So like the first trailer we saw like a year ago, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's cool that they're making like a big mainstream thing is making a space game because I love space games.
Yeah.
And the only other thing we have like that is like, I mean, Eve, but that's pretty niche. And then Elite Dangerous, but that's like the devs for that have kind of given up on that game. There's been no like big for since like the early 2000s. I think like no big massive studio like one of the big
Doing like a big space
is
RPG.
doing a big space. So I was excited for it. I was like, oh god, it does just look like because there was a couple clips of them just using like lifted assets reskinned, you know.
That, and also
But for
I'm
like
the entire time I was just thinking, how much does No Man's Sky do this but better? Which is kind of if
I
I'm
think
gonna
they're
start
taking a
one.
lot of inspiration from No Man's. You know?
Yeah, I mean the fucking mining laser, and they're like
I was like,
and the base building, like I mean the ship building is crazy. That's what I was most. I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they first showed off this like spaceship building, like when last time they showed the game, I was like, oh cool, you get to like customize your spaceship. But then this time it's like, yeah, you can make like a transformer pretty much looking thing if you want to.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you can like add on little cargo containers, and I was like, wow, that's really freeform. I'm impressed. And then the next frame, it was just like the ship completely apart in pieces. Yeah. And I didn't want to hope. I was like, oh, I guess it's just like an expanded view. And then they started like moving them around and adding shit in the middle, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking cry. I was so happy. That being said, okay, let's preface this. I think the game's gonna be bad.
Okay, there it is.
And have massive performance issues, but I think 2-3 years down the line, it's gonna be really, really
it's just every Bethesda game that when it launches.
Yeah, I think it's going to be locked to 60. I'm going to think it's going to have huge performance, and I think the bugs are like none of those are exactly hot takes, considering that their last like since Skyrim, that's been every single game.
All right, that being said, like there was problems with Fallout, but I still played like 80 hours of that at launch, and I'll do the same with this, and I'll have fun with it. As long as it's not like game-breaking bugs, which I've never run into. So.
I mean, you're also on a massive. You know what
I mean, I'll be playing it on a console, so.
Oh, are you gonna? But it's blocked at 30 FPS.
I like to sit on my couch.
I've been agreeing with that more lately. I've been playing the only PC game that I played recently is Diablo 4. I've given up on not necessarily given up, but just like I want to sit on a couch and play video games after work.
I sit on my computer for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
But that being said, too, because it is Xbox and xCloud and stuff, I'll be able to play it on both, but just cross save, presumably.
That's cool.
It'll be built on Games Pass. I mean, most of the games are like that. Like I did that with Hi-Fi Rush, where I tried it out on Xbox, and then when I was just hanging out with you guys the other day, I just picked up right where I was.
How did I do that? That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm sure I will play it on my PC, but I'm sure I'll put most of my hours
in
on the couch.
I have fun when I'm relaxed on the couch. The last thing I want to do.
Well, you play video games very aggressively compared to everybody else.
Yeah,
we play them to have fun. You play it to, I don't know why you do it.
No, I don't. No, I think I've started.
Hurt yourself.
6 months, I've started transitioning to just want to just have fun.
Yeah.
But I find if I'm playing a game at the level that's like couch energy, I kind of get bored. I get pretty bored pretty quick. Like I'd rather like go take a nap and then have the energy to get up and go try.
Grind.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
With that video game grind set.
I don't know. I get bored.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I think it's just like if you look at all the games I played,
yeah,
like Dota, that was the age of like 14 to 18.
Yeah,
it's like that's which is super high. But anyway,
yeah. So Starfield looks cool.
Starfield, I'm
Starfield,
super excited for it. For the record, I think it's gonna be bad, but I'm expecting it to be bad to not be disappointed. But fuck me, I hope so hard they make it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to hype myself because I was so disappointed with 4 and 76. I was laughing at Skyrim at the time. I was like, whatever. But I don't know. I'm hopeful. It looks like it's good.
My only disappointment was it wasn't like a big step up or anything compared to 3, but I still enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah. I'm hoping
and it's been long enough since I played a Bethesda game. It's been since 2015 or whatever, 16, whatever it was.
Yeah.
That I played.
What the trailer implied, or like the new showcase implied to me, was it seems to be a bit more sandboxy than like 4. As in 4 and all the other Fallout games, and Skyrim as well. There's kind of this like main story that even though they're like, oh, you can do it's an RPG, do whatever you want, you kind of end up on the main story path.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you kind of get
there's like the
railroaded
main
into it a
story,
bit.
and then there's usually like the 4 factions or whatever, where there's kind of a side
Mhm.
story, but then that usually leads back into. Yeah.
But that's my point. Like eventually you get railroaded into it.
Yeah.
And
And they,
then no
they
matter
kind of
what.
started with 4 with like the outposts and stuff, but the building wasn't great and like it wasn't a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So it looks like they took that and now they're.
Yeah, but it looks like they're taking it to the next level. I saw like when they were doing on some of the UI, they were talking about like resources per hour, like mining speeds and stuff.
Right.
So that was like, ooh, maybe, you know. So I'm excited if you can be a bit of an economical tycoon. I think that would be kind of fun.
That'll be the biggest.
So I'm
space
hoping it's a
pirate.
little bit more sandbox. It doesn't need to be full sandbox. I think that'd be fun. I was expecting it to be multiplayer.
Really?
I was thinking about that. I kind of
The
wanted
whole
it to be a
trailer.
little.
I was like, I'm excited for this, and this is awesome. But I was like, but they're about to hit us with multiplayer. Like it's so obvious because Fallout 76, and they're taking on like the Star Citizen money,
Yeah.
and
I
then
mean,
there
I
was
would
no
prefer them
multiplayer announcement. It was
just
like, oh,
not to do that. I mean, maybe add it in later, but like for them to not just
I
that's
think
just
it's really
another
hard
thing
to do. I
yeah.
think it's really, really hard to do. Like doing an MMO is so much more complicated. But no, I meant more like because of 76 and what 76 was. I was assuming they were going to, but I'm happy they're not. I don't think the game would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, only a few months away. Like
Yeah,
3 months.
October? No,
September, I think, right?
September. Oh
I think
Jesus,
September 23rd.
damn.
Are you
September
guys
6th.
gonna get the watch?
Oh,
Uh,
I totally saw 2023 and thought.
Oh, yeah. No, Car. I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, I don't need to spend $400 on a watch. I can like be like, ooh, cool for 5 minutes.
Okay, I have a rant about
What?
that. Okay, so watches. I know a tiny bit about watches, but
Uh-oh.
essentially, have you guys ever heard of movement watches?
Yeah.
Like they look really cool and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like these designer watches, but for cheap. The whole fucking point of an expensive watch is okay. It's all about what's inside, and those like movement watches are just cheap little Chinese circuit boards. Now you go, oh, what's wrong with that? The answer is nothing. They're great, nothing wrong. But if you're gonna buy $1,000 or like these really expensive watches, the whole point is the cool like internals. So going back to the Fallout thing, it's $400 because it's gonna be like it's not a good watch. They totally could.
You're probably paying.
I'm mad
I think you're paying for the case.
Yeah, exactly. You're paying for the case.
The watch. I mean, I think the watch looks cool too. Like itself. Not that I would ever, like wear it, but
Yeah, no, it definitely is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I just think it's like they could have made a cool watch. Like an actually cool, like nerdy cool watch.
Right.
But no, they had to try and figure out a way to make some more money. And then the controller. Actually, I didn't hate the controller, but I was.
Yeah, I don't mind the controller. I don't need another Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, who the fuck is buying like non-elite Xbox controllers? Am I right? Like,
I mean, I have two
I
normal
am.
ones.
Yeah. The Elite's really expensive. I feel like I know I get it if you're a super hardcore guy, but I feel like I don't need that. I don't need all that.
the elites are dope because of the under buttons and the adjustment.
Yeah. That is
The under buttons are really cool. Those are awesome. Just to bring up another menu or something.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm just looking at the controller again. It's fun. I like the colorful like stripes, like that kind of the Starfield-y.
Yeah, I originally hated it, but then I was like, oh
What?
no, this seems fair to add. Like,
What brand of headphones was that?
I think they're like the Xbox ones.
yeah, Xbox have like their own.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Same with like the PlayStation just has like their own brand.
Right.
I just think it's.
I don't know. You don't have to buy it. It's not like, and when you buy this, you'll unlock the controllable perk in the game. It's like you can get a controller if you want. Cool.
Or you can go buy actually.
Yep. So that's that. What else was there? They showed the Fable trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool to see.
That was cool.
I'm a huge Richard Ayoade fan.
Oh yeah.
So I found that like I watched a lot of British stuff. And I've also watched he won an Oscar? Question mark.
Right.
I'm not sure. Um, he's directed some films that are
Oh really?
pretty good. Yeah, so and I love his dry like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched
yeah.
the IT crowd, yeah.
Yep.
So I love him, and I thought it was super fun. And it felt very Fable, as in a bit silly, you know, a
Sorry,
bit
is he the
self-aware.
creator of Fable? I don't know
No.
who this
Richard
is.
Aroati? No. He's a British comedian. He was like in the
Oh.
trailer, and the trailer's
Oh,
whole
that guy.
thing
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's just talking about he's shitting on heroes. He's like, the real heroes are people like me. I'm into like what does he say? I'm into vegetables. He's talking about like growing vegetables, and the twist of the trailer is he's a giant, and the player character shows up, and he's like, "Well, this is awkward." And then it's like, there's obviously this big boss fight against giant Richard Aroati, which is fucking hilarious, you know.
Oh,
So-
I thought. Okay.
Oh, that's definitely possible.
No. I thought we were tiny.
No. It's
No,
Jack and the Beanstalk.
It's Jack and the Beanstalk. It's very traditional
Uh,
fantasy. Yeah.
So,
I remember
so
playing Fable 3.
this is okay. Yeah, this is Fable. Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I remember playing the first one at a friend's house once. I was just like, this is really cool.
But the
I wonder if
second
they'll
and
have
third
the
one-
morality thing
Oh,
again.
they got it.
The cool
Yeah.
thing, they have to. Hopefully, they make it a bit more complicated. But the morality was when games all did morality, right?
Mm.
But it was only ever fun if you went to the extremes. But Fable took it to like another level. You know, like you could just become a demon.
Yep, I remember
yeah.
And
doing
if you
that. It
wanted
was
to,
fun.
you could just be greedy and steal tons of money. You know, like it was. And I think that added replayability. So I hope they have
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of excited for it.
There's that. There was that other game. It was like a stop motiony kind of.
Oh yeah, South of Midnight. I had that
Yeah.
trailer pulled up too.
That looked really cool, really pretty.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's by the Hello Neighbor devs. Am I right?
Oh,
I think that might be it.
yeah, that's just a really cool trailer. I was just like, oh yeah, Lovecraftian monsters, and swamps and stuff.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't
have no
really
idea what the game.
They didn't show the gameplay
Yeah.
of it.
No,
No,
that's
but
what I
yeah,
was
just
gonna say.
the aesthetic
No
of the
idea
game
what
looks
it's
cool.
gonna
Yeah.
be like.
What was that stop motion game that they showed the gameplay for? That 2D side scroller one.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the Spirits.
That one, oh, hold on, I'll bring it up.
Stop motion. Spirits. Something with like a samurai and. Oh.
Hidari, that's what it is. Hidari. Oh wait, no, that's a film. Never mind, that's completely
No.
different.
Spirit of the Samurai. That's what's called.
There you go.
Spirit,
Oh, that looked cool. It's like blasphemous, but stop motion.
I feel
Yeah, I
like
remember.
that's something that we're in like an era for games where it's like Cuphead, where it's like, okay, let's make something really cool in the aesthetic of 30s animation. This is like, oh, let's do something where it's stop motion. And then I'm sure there'll be other ones where it's like, let's do watercolor or let's do pastels. Or I think that's kind of a lot of the recent indie hooks that a lot of people are doing, which I enjoy, which is kind of funny to see. Just like a theme.
I mean, stop motion I think was a big thing in games for a while early on.
Really? I can't recall.
It was like the phase
Like
where,
to this extent where it's like,
I mean, obviously
Like,
it
it's
doesn't
the
look
art
this
style?
good, but like just the
oh, I see what you mean. Oh yeah, and like old fighting
Yeah.
games and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
something
cool
that was
to see.
interesting that was also this weekend was there was a new trailer for a new Microsoft sim,
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
and I was like, "What?
Got,
What
like,
would be
jobs and
cool?"
stuff now.
Yeah, I was like, if they add like, wait, do we know that or do we? I haven't actually watched any of it.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a ton
they
of
got-
jobs. There's like putting out
Oh.
fires. You got like
Oh, cool.
VIP
Okay, so
escorts.
And you could be
yeah, that was my
you could
complaint about the
do-
previous one, and I used some add-ons to like add jobs to the game, and that was kind of fun. But if there's like some way to do like let it have like the sim kind of whatever mode, but it'd be fun if there was like
There's aerial firefighting. What else?
scientific research.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure there's
search and rescue.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Like something to do.
Did you also see that they're doing? I think it's DLC for the current one that's out there doing that. You can fly the Dune
Yeah,
like
the Dune, be the Dune person.
ship, like
Or,
the
like, little-
dragonfly looking.
Oh,
thing.
really? That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Really pretty cool.
Yeah. My issue with the game is you have to you download the game and then you have to turn the game on and then let it sit there running for like 8 hours while it downloads and unpacks all the files.
Yeah, it's
kinda
massive.
horrendous. Yeah, but the fact that you have to boot up the game, it's not like you can't just download it like every other game. It needs to like run its own. It's stupid.
Right.
But yeah, that looks that was cool. Cities Skylines 2. I'm
Oh, yeah,
excited
yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
Is that multiplayer?
I do not know. The previous one was.
Probably not. I feel like those games are hard to do multiplayer unless it's like when we played like Tropico, where like we can go to war with each other, and like they
Those
add
games are-
mechanics.
Yeah, I think multiplayer just makes it so much more complicated to build, and they have such a small audience. Like Paradox Games, it's Paradox publishing it. They've done multiplayer in those games, but it's always not been great. So maybe.
You guys
Yeah.
watch the Ubisoft?
I
haven't.
did.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that Star Wars game looks.
It looks
cool.
so pretty. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Initially, I was like, "Oh, another Star Wars game," but as it went on, I was just like, "This looks really exciting." Although I am excited for. There was one that was
Yeah.
announced a long time ago, where it was kind of going to be set in the
Like-
time period before the period before, like in the Old Republic era.
Are you talking about? Was it Eclipse?
Eclipse, yeah, that one I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Ooh, this looks really pretty," but
That was
gotta
just
be
a cinematic
patient.
trailer too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
Skull,
we'll
and,
see.
Skull and Bones.
What was this one called?
It's Star Wars Outlaws is the one they showed off
Right.
yesterday.
And I'm just always a sucker for cute little alien sidekick characters because
Yeah.
they gotta
Looks
have
like
one in every
a-
fucking Star Wars game.
Looks like an axolot.
Yeah,
Is that how you pronounce it? Axolot?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
looks like Biz from League of Legends mixed with like a I don't know Stitch or whatever.
No, wait.
Cute.
Do you guys know what axolotl is?
Yeah, yeah.
Axolotl? Do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay,
They're like the little gummy
Why are
little
you
guys.
talking about Axolotl?
Because that's what the character looks like in the Star Wars. Star Wars, but Skull and Bones is a thing still.
Wait,
Right?
did
They-
you see a trailer for that?
No, they just said it's a
No.
beta.
Oh right.
Yeah, the closed
In
beta
August.
is coming up.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
people
they're
sing
moving
some
forward
pirate
with it.
songs.
There's
They
so
show a
much-
trailer or something, Cody? Or
They had people to sing pirate songs in lunch footage. From
Oh
the
right,
game,
they had
and then-
somebody come out on stage. They're like, "Who are these guys?" And they sang a pirate song. You're like, "Oh, okay." Cool.
that game is the weirdest game ever. I don't know when
Oh,
that came out,
shit.
but
A long time ago, like the same time as Sea of Thieves.
yeah, So maybe, but yeah, there's so many fucking games. There's so
Ooh.
I was.
You can fly a ship in an open world in the Star Wars game. That's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, almost gave me like not. I know it's not the same level as Starfield, but like it's
Yeah, definitely won't be as like
yeah.
open. Well, I don't know because there was
It
this
just
stuff
looked
like where
pretty
she was
open
running away
still.
from the
She like
the
ran away.
speeder,
Yeah,
and it
then she
had a little
flew-
pop up saying that the gang, like her popularity with the gang, like went down. So there's like
Yeah,
like
and then-
factions and stuff that you can make happy or not happy. So it's got to be
And then
open
she-
enough where you can make choices.
Exactly. And then she went to her ship, and like I don't know, just like felt like kind of have some
Yeah.
freedom.
When she was like flying away
Um,
too, I was like, "Oh, this is like is this gonna be just a pretty like loading screen?" I mean, it sure was like a loading like transition through the clouds, but then it was still seamless, more or
Yeah.
less, to just keep flying around to another city. And the hyperspace, jumping in hyperspace, looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Division mobile game, that was exciting.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
did we see anything more about the next like game?
Heartland.
Is that the one? No, the hardcore like PvP extraction.
Oh, they're like the Ubisoft one that has like all the Ubisoft characters in it.
Oh
No. It's like
That's
maybe it
an
is
anime, though.
Heartland. I just don't know the name. Wasn't that it's whatever the next Division game is.
I think it's Heartland. That's just
Is it
that's like
Heartland?
not in a city, but it's like the same kind of.
Yeah, it's like a hardcore extraction. Like it's like
think-
the Dark Zone, but in like
Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't know.
a wannabe Tarkov.
Hmm.
I thought that was cool.
I kind of on topic with the Ubisoft thing. That was especially always bothers me how these companies do like this corporate speak. I know it's like for investors and stuff, but I thought like for this kind of industry, you would probably tone it down a bit considering your target audience. But it was just
Yeah,
like
the presentation itself wasn't great. It was
yeah,
very like E3 2010, where like they would show a cool little sizzle trailer, and then the guy would come out and be like, talk it up with big kind of buzzwords, and then they
buzzwords.
would go into gameplay, though, which they wouldn't even show in the direct feed. Sometimes it would just be behind somebody talking. You're like,
Yeah, he just stop and stare at the
put this in
camera
a blog post and show us some cool things.
Yeah, I did like the Devolver Direct. I actually liked that. That was creative.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that one.
I do recommend watching it, kid, or anyone else. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
Selfie.
did anybody else have any topics not gamey related?
I wanted to talk about Across the Spider-Verse, but none of you two haven't seen it yet, so might
Alright.
save that for next week.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'll
watch it.
see
I think it's
by
on
then,
digital already.
What?
For
No,
Calvin.
it's not. It just came out like a week ago.
I thought it was on digital too. At least
I don't think. Well, I could be wrong. Maybe it's like one of those premiere ones where you could pay $30 to watch or whatever.
I will say I
We liked it.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was an elevation of the first one, like kind of like the
I
Shrek
agree.
2 Shrek 1 a little bit.
that's
Like they're both, the first one's still good in its own way, but the second one, yeah, and it's
yeah. Let's save it for next time. I do want to talk
Yeah.
more about it for
Sure.
sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to wait till we all see it. But it was good. That's good. Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have brought. There's some New Zealand news that
Yeah, some
it's not that
local,
interesting though. Some local.
news to bring us. No more falling. Did you guys figure out your falling
again
lamps
hot
yet?
from
Falling
New
Lamps.
Zealand. Take it away, Kari. What's our special report? Doo-doo-doo.
What just happened?
Potholes.
He has a special hot news
Hot.
from down under.
Oh, special hot. He's not in Australia. You fucking more. Kolton, have you thought he's in Australia this
They're the
time?
same thing, right?
Yeah. Oh god, dude.
It's like
I'm
British
joking,
Columbia
I'm
and
joking.
Vancouver Island. It's like the
I
same
know that'll
thing.
piss off
Just,
pretty much an
just,
entire continent and the entire
Two continents,
people.
dumbass.
Yeah.
Just,
No.
just to be clear, Colton's opinions do not represent sometimes official line. We personally sometimes
Nope.
think Australia doesn't exist, and it
Oh.
sank under the ocean like Atlantis years ago. But that's a whole different topic.
Mhm.
You're Atlantis
Sorry, what's
is
your
actually
sexy
real.
news? Shut up.
They canceled Prime. You can't drink Prime here. They banned Prime drink.
Is that the
Are we talking
Okay.
about this? The
Logan?
the-
Is that Logan Paul's
The
energy
YouTuber
drink thing?
The
What is
YouTuber
that a-
drink
God,
wait? Why did
I
they
hate you.
ban Prime?
for high caffeine or something. This is not food safe, or whatever.
Do we even have that in Canada?
Wait, hold on. I think we might. Hold
But
on.
the more
It's an energy drink. Of course, it's shit for you. Like what?
I don't know.
Do they bind like nitros and all that other shit as well? I've had like okay, I've had Red Bull and that's like okay. I've had some other ones of like these insane energy drinks and they're horrendous to drink. I don't understand how people drink them. They're just
Yeah.
I don't really. Yeah, I'm not really an energy drink guy.
Yeah,
I've,
I'll
like,
drink
tried them to
4
try
cups of
them.
coffee before I have like a monster or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, you drink like there's some shit out there that you drink, you're like, is this battery acid? What the fuck is in this?
I used to like a Red Bull. There's something about it. that
Red Bull,
Bull
I
is
feel
the
like
one
are
where I'm like,
okay.
I could have one
Mhm.
every.
But
blue
I don't
moon.
know if I would want to drink Red Bull. Like I would drink Red Bull inside
It's always
the Jaeger bomb.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not drinking a Red Bull at like 11 a.m. on a Sunday.
I would say
Like
if
that's
it's
not happening.
like if it's there and it's cold and icy in the cooler, I'll grab
Yeah,
it.
if it was the only
Yeah.
thing, yeah. But I'd also rather have like an apple juice. You know what I mean? Like there's or something
With
alcoholic.
Jaeger.
Yeah, with Jaeger. Okay, it's mostly Jaeger.
Calvin just keeps listing off like these drinks. Like, again, I would rather have water with Jaeger. You know?
I'd like
But
to
the
have
main-
some vodka with Jaeger.
Yeah.
The main news I wanted to talk about though was I kind of stole from KBHD. but the new Prius. Have you guys seen that?
I saw his video. I
I
thought
saw
I
it
haven't
too.
watched it yet.
I thought it was cool too. But they're not coming to New Zealand. That was a thing on the news here. There won't be any more Priuses in New Zealand. So
Oh,
due
really?
to low sales. So
What's the, I haven't seen the video yet. What's
it just looks sick. Just looks really nice.
it looks
It has,
way more.
like, a
It
lot
looks
of
like a
cool.
Tesla.
I actually want
Oh,
it.
yeah?
I actually wanted that car. Like I never thought I would say that. But and he was talking about how you could drive it if his commute was like it's less than 50 miles. It was like 27 miles, and the solar power roof just charges
Oh,
it, so he
that's
never
cool.
has to plug it in. Like he hasn't had to plug it in just from going to and from work. He actually
That's pretty
gained battery
cool.
life just by leaving it out. I'm sure it's depending on your location and everything.
To be fair, if you look at where he
It's
lives
just
and then where he parks, it's a big open empty lot. With nothing
Yeah.
around.
yeah, but that's
It really
still
is.
like
But,
a
you know,
that's a
that's
cool
valid.
yeah that's a cool thing. So
that's cool.
yeah,
It
maybe
looks
it actually made me want one, and I don't know.
It's
I
interesting
never
the
get
idea
one
that
now.
pretty sleek, yeah, for a Prius.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it looks good. Like I feel
And
it
the
looks
inside
fine.
has like all that cool console
Yeah.
stuff.
It's also a Toyota,
Yeah, it's pretty. He said it
probably
was
pretty
like
good.
yeah. So it's a hybrid. So you could still do full electric for up to 50 miles, but then once you add the gas, it can go a lot farther.
Yeah, the interior is nice too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I want it. I want it.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see once everybody starts doing like the cars we know as electric, which slowly is happening. Like Ford trucks, there's the Lightning or whatever. Prius now.
I mean, there's like pretty heavy bans selling ice.
I think it's 2030 is
Yeah.
the cutoff or
So
something.
like everything's gonna have
Ice cars.
But yeah, it'd be nice when
internal
it's not
combustion.
like you want to buy an electric car. It's
Okay,
like
Mr. Reddit.
okay. Yeah, there'll be options.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I'll take it.
Yeah. More options is good.
More options is good.
Yes. All right, Colton, what do you got? What topic did you bring us today for your big reunion comeback show?
Well, I wanted to talk about Diablo 4, but Kevin beat me to it. So
Oh, and then you want to talk about Spider-Verse, but we
Yeah,
can't do
you
that.
can talk about your
Spider-Verse.
tonsils. I talk about your tonsils. What
We
was
did.
the?
Oh,
Did
yeah, how
you go
was-
totally under? Did we talk
Oh.
about this?
we did not.
Oh no, we threatened to shove your balls down.
Yeah, that too.
Did you
I
go
mean,
totally under? Were you on? Like how long
Yeah.
from? Okay, so you go to the hospital? Question mark? Yeah, hospital.
oh yeah. Speaking of hospitals,
You
they
went to the
suck.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
we should
you
talk
idiot.
about this. You fucking moron.
They're the most blandest fucking places.
Yes.
This is what we were
Everyone's sick.
telling you.
Everyone's. There's a lot of people that you just straight up. Oh, sorry. 1 second.
What?
Well, I'm glad we got the
That's the
fact.
Thanks,
check.
podcast.
Fuck
And-
me.
You can catch him again in another 4 weeks, everybody.
He like leads into something that says 1 second and just disappears. Fucking.
Well, I'm glad
Oh
he's
my-
come around on rather being in an air or a hospital than an
yeah,
airport.
he's-
We told him too before he even told us about his tonsils. Like next time you go in a hospital, you're gonna tell us that you
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna just say I told you so. Yeah.
There we go.
So, but yeah.
Classic.
Do you guys have your tonsils out? I don't know why I
I
know.
haven't.
I haven't either. I don't know if
I
anybody
think
in my
it's one of
family
those
has.
things that you don't have to.
You don't
Yeah.
have to, and then some. It's recommended because it can, but some people just don't have issues with it. I still probably will at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I'm sure the next time I go to a doctor for the first time in like 15 years, they're like, we have to remove half their body. Like, this is not.
Yeah, your
It's
teeth
usually-
are sugar.
Yeah.
They're just sugar cubes. You're
Yeah.
fucked.
That was the one thing. I didn't go to the dentist. School, I think, during school was the last time I went, and then I didn't go for like 6 years or something. I was just dreading it 'cause I hate the dentist generally. And then I was like, oh, I haven't been in 6 years, so it's gonna be like, you have 41 cavities or something. And I went in, they're like, all right, cool, yeah, whatever you're doing is great. You got nothing wrong. I was like, fuck yeah. Then now I've been going consistently, so
It's a scam.
that's been good.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
My dad goes to a guy that he's recommended, already used to, at least, that's like just cleaning, and they're pretty no bullshit. Because I found like the last time I went, they were like, "Oh, you have insurance." They're like, "You should get
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do surgery to fix your jaw, and we'll put you in braces." I was like,
Yeah.
I have like on my bottom row, one of my front teeth is crooked a little bit,
Right.
and I'm like, no.
Want me to
Like
fix that for
they're
you?
like they're like, for me, they're like, it's never gonna cause you issues, and it's never gonna cause you pain. It's just flossing is a little bit harder, and then you have a little crooked tooth. I'm like, okay, one, it's like impossible to see, and two, I don't care. Like, ugh, you know.
Yeah. That was one reason. I mean, I have braces now, but when I went last time, which was I think around 2015, the dentist I go to, which I actually like and trust, they recommended I go see like somebody else. And then when we went there, they're like, "Oh yeah, like we'd have to like break your jaw open, do surgery, do all this stuff." And I was like, "You know what? I'm fine with my teeth." And then I didn't go to the dentist for 6 years, and I went back to my dentist. He's like, "Do you want to do braces? Like we can do that in like 6 months." I was like, "What? Like do you have to break my jaw?" He's like, "Are you kidding? No." I was like, "Okay, let's do it."
Well, I think a lot of them recommend like essentially like there's doing it for healthy and doing it to like, and then there's what do we have to do to give this person like perfect teeth? You know what I mean? And then it starts bordering on the line of like just
Cosmetic
cosmetic
surgery.
not
Mhm.
just like this is probably smart for longevity and just
Yeah.
so But yeah.
Did you
Well, I
get?
thought you got those off. When are you getting those off?
It'll probably be another month too. It was supposed to be 6 months, but there's been just a couple things that have been taking longer.
Hmm.
And like I would be like the things that I don't really care. Like there's like some teeth kind of in the back that he wants to rotate a bit. And like if I was still, because like he gave me a set price before we started, and I paid that off, and then now I don't have to pay. So if he was still charging me every time I went in to do like little things, I'd be like, I think it's time to take him out. But since it's
Yeah,
I've
I
already
guess you're
paid the
used
money,
to
so
it. Yeah, and you're
might as
used to
well
it. It's like
just make him as good as I can.
fuck. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, if
summer,
it was like
probably.
it's 2 more years, I'm like fuck no.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it'll be.
I bet you Kolton is
Soonish.
the kind of guy that get like fangs installed or something.
Oh, I'm sure. Or like shaving
Well,
down to like those sharp.
Bolton is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for
And then-
cosplay.
He'd do it and then be like months later, be like, yeah, this sucks because I keep like cutting my cheeks open on these like super sharp fangs. And it'd be like, no shit, dude. It would totally be for cosplay. Oh, that makes
Have you seen those people that get like the like the shark
Yeah,
teeth?
yeah. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
that's what you're talking
Dude,
about. Yeah.
I feel like that's a terrible idea. You just cut your mouth like constantly.
And it
You know
looks
what I mean?
horrific.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've bit my tongue or my like lip, I don't want to bite my tongue accidentally, and it cuts my tongue in half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
who
it makes
who
you look
does
fucking
like
crazy.
does a dentist actually do that, or does some guy on the street do that for you? Like, if this sounds so.
I'm sure it's like
You know
a,
what I
like a
mean?
cosmetic place, you know, like it's not
That
like your
probably
local
is,
dentist.
yeah.
Like, hey, can I shave my teeth down? They're gonna be like, like I don't even know how to do that. It's like, no. Yeah, that's a no
So-
go.
Well,
I'll pay for it if Bolt.
Yeah, I'll pitch in.
I'll pitch into.
Well,
Well,
I
that's
guess
been,
that's,
I guess
our
Colton's
show.
gone for good.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Colton's guest. We're gonna demote Colton from a regular to a guest. I swear.
Yeah. I think this is a demerit, by the way, because he was late. He's just not been here half the
Yeah.
podcast.
We should do that next week. We'll introduce him as our guest.
Oh, that's
Alright.
so funny.
Tune
He's
in-
not going to be here next week, kid.
No,
he's
of
not
course
going to
not.
show up.
Well,
Oh god.
like, stay tuned for eventually we'll have our VFX guest Colton. Who might show up to the
Eventually he'll
podcast.
be here. Yeah, for more than half a podcast. Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Well,
Because I
thanks for
think that's
listening.
Our podcast. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next week for more.
See you. We're not going to
Fun.
see them. That's creepy.
We'll see you.